So is 2025 going to be the year to buy a condo? In this video, I want to get into details about this topic because this is something that does come up because ultimately nobody wants to feel like they overpaid or they jumped into the market too quickly. And everybody's aware that the condo market in the GTA is currently suffering. So I hope you find this video to be informative. As always, if you can like or hit subscribe, I would really appreciate it. So when we look at purchasing a property, there's several factors that go into mind. And I think the most important factor to look at is the current market conditions. So the condo market in the GTA has heavily been in buyer market territory for over a year and a half now. There's a lot of supply, especially for smaller condos like one bedrooms, and there's not that much demand. First time buyers are just not showing up, which is probably really favorable for anybody who's actually looking to make a purchase because a lot of times condos, they're not even getting showings. Like they might get, just a handful of showings a month and very often no offers. I see the same units that are on the market being relisted, prices being adjusted, prices being changed. Sometimes the original listed price and the price today can be as much as 6 figures apart. So what this lets me know is that there is a lot of motivation from sellers. Like when I'm working with buyers, I book a showing and almost always I get a call from the listing agent the day after the showing, asking for feedback, letting me know that the seller is motivated. So, in this type of environment, anybody who has listed their property on the market, they kind of have to sell because if selling is optional, I recommend for people to, put their condo up for rent, buy themselves some time, wait until 2027, 2028 when conditions are more favorable, and then list your property. You don't want to be selling in this environment. So this definitely tells me that buyers do have an advantage in this current market. And we are also seeing changes to the insured mortgage cap where buyers can now put less money down to purchase a home up to $1.5 million. Now, a lot of condos don't fall into that $1.5 million category, but this is what this is going to do is it's going to drive buyers further away from condos into freehold properties that maybe they didn't have the down payment to afford before, but now they can. So this is going to put additional strain and less demand on the condo market, ultimately making it more favorable for you if you're a condo buyer. Interest rates are also going down. We're now seeing people qualifying for mortgages in the low 4s. This is a lot better than where we were a year ago when mortgages were like in the 6s. But condo prices have not started to really respond to that. Condo prices continue to drop, but it's making it more and more affordable for people to buy a condo. So, I do think that there is good opportunity, but ultimately, is it the right opportunity for you? Are you going to be happy with the type of property you're going to be purchasing? Is the condo that you're looking to get or the condo that you can afford something that you are going to be happy living in, something you're going to be happy making payments to? The first step really in that buying process is to speak to a mortgage broker and get a pre-approval. Find out what you qualify for, what is your purchasing power, what can you comfortably support, because it's not just the mortgage, it's also maintenance fees, it's also utilities, and it's also property tax that goes into your monthly carrying costs. Like, don't get me wrong, a condo in Toronto is never going to cash flow. A condo in Toronto, you're always going to pay more for ownership than for renting that condo. For a lot of people, a condo is their first time purchase. It's not going to be their forever home. And what they can do in this environment that we're in now is get their foot in the door, build some equity over a few years, and then use that property either as a down payment by selling and, leveraging their asset or potentially taking money out, doing a second mortgage, leaving that as an investment property, using some of that equity towards purchasing your next property. It's a foot in the door. And that's what I think is that great opportunity that exists right now in Toronto. Now, not all condos are created alike. I recommend that buyers stay away from, small units, studios, units that don't have parking unless they're in the downtown core. Ideally, when I'm looking at condos with buyers, I do like features that are more unique to that unit compared to other things in the area. Like if a unit has higher ceilings, better finishes, a better view, this will all hold up very well when there's a resale. I think that real sweet spot for a condo purchase is the 1+ den or the 2 bedrooms. These units are a lot more versatile. These are units that it will be easy to either resell or rent out in the future or even live in and scale up and potentially even start a family in. So to answer the question that I posed in the beginning of this video, is 2025 the year to buy a condo? I don't think that there's a black and white answer to that question. Ultimately, again, it comes down to your goals, how long you want to live in that condo. Is this something that you can comfortably support? Make sure that you're leaving yourself some wiggle room, because even though the rates are lower now, you want to make sure that you will still be able to afford making payments, even if rates do go up in the unlikely chance that they do. Leave yourself a buffer. Don't go in at your maximum purchasing power. And if you're considering getting into condo ownership, the first step, as I mentioned, is to speak to a mortgage broker, get pre-approved. But I'm also happy to have a discussion with you. There is a link to book a call with me below in the video description. Happy to have a conversation. Happy to show you what's on the market, what properties are actually selling for, what you can realistically get, and see if this may be a good opportunity for you. My name is Alex Winiecki from Remax Condos Plus, over a decade in Toronto's condominium industry. Thank you very much for watching. And as I mentioned before, if you can give me a thumbs up and subscribe to this video, I would really appreciate it. See you next time on your Toronto Condos.